As the snow melts and the spring weather brings the life back to eastern Idaho, the baseball and softball teams in red and black take the field, hoping to rejuvenate their chances of a state championship. The seeds of success were planted last year. Likewise, the coaches begin taking the time to groom their athletes into the champions they could become. Spring in Caribou County is here, and so are the diamonds in the rough. Welcome to Cardinal Baseball and Softball on KVRV The Bear, where the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff, walks you through the field of talented youth all season long over the air and on the web at mylocalradio.com. This season of Cardinal Athletics is brought to you by Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, Hunsaker Ford, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now let's head to the field as the Redbirds look to take flight and earn a spot in this year's championships on your home for Caribou County and Soda Springs Athletics, KBRV 800 AM, and online at mylocalradio.com.
And welcome out to the home of the Bear Lake Bears for Day 2 of the District 5 Championships in the Hardball Division, as the Soda Springs Cardinals, losers of their first game yesterday against Malad, will be taking on the Bear Lake Bears, who were blanked by the Malad Dragons 9-0 in the go-around in game number 2 yesterday. Both teams looking to get their first win in the District 5 Championships, and this game is pivotal. As the loser goes home, the winner is guaranteed at least a spot in the play-in game that would be played on Friday, and has a shot at the Malad Dragons later this afternoon to try and keep their hopes of that District 5 championship alive. A lot to be decided today, and we will be here as all of it goes down on your home for Caribou County Athletics, KBRV the Co-op, and online with our live video stream at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Ricky Wood and Gate City Real Estate. Call Ricky today at 208-547-7012 and let her help you find your way home.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Caribou Jack's Trading Company in Soda Springs, supplying you with everything for your home and your one-stop shop for all of your barbecue needs this spring and summer. Stop by at 50 East 2nd South in Soda Springs or call 208-547-4326 today.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Reagan Thompson, who is a sophomore at Soda Springs High School and getting close to being a junior at this high school. And first of all, Reagan, when you think about the sophomore year, how's it gone for you?
It's actually gone pretty good. I've heard that sophomore year is a lot more hard, and it was. It's gone pretty rough, but it's going good. I like being a sophomore.
What are some of the classes that you took this year that you really enjoyed getting into?
I had to take speech, and I thought I was going to hate it, but it was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, and biology wasn't that bad.
When you talk about biology, what made that class something that was a little bit more fun and something that you ended up enjoying a bit?
Even though most people think that biology is pretty boring, what made it fun for me was Mr. Jensen, because he's pretty funny and he makes my day, and he's one of my favorite teachers.
You talk about that, and teachers always make the difference in classes. Are there any teachers alongside Mr. Jensen that you've really enjoyed taking classes from?
Besides Mr. Jensen, I really like Mr. Berg. He's the art teacher. He's just pretty laid back and he gives good advice, and I'm really into art. So
that always helps too. What makes a good teacher to you? Like, what are some traits that if you want a good learning environment, you want to walk in and see the teacher doing?
What makes a better learning environment for me is when the teacher gets more involved with the students and tries to relate to them more and tries to do more activities rather than just give busy work.
You're involved in cheerleading. That's a little bit of an extracurricular thing. What made you want to be a cheerleader and try out for the cheer team?
Besides the competition, I like to dress up and have tons of school spirit and just show off Soda Springs High School right.
Is there anything you're looking forward to going into the junior year? Anything that you're excited about classes that you scheduled for, or maybe events or something that you get to take part in?
I'm excited to be considered an upperclassman finally, and I'm excited to get the hard classes out of the way so then when I become a senior it'll be easier on me.
When you think about Soda as well, what are things that make this school fun to come in through the door? Is there anything that really makes this school stand out from other schools you hear about?
I've noticed that with Soda Springs High School, the kids are a lot more accepting when you think about it, because I moved to Utah and I wasn't really accepted there just because it was so big, but here you get pretty accepted easily.
Talking about that acceptance, getting advice from upperclassmen is always something big. You're going to be an upperclassman next year. What's the advice you would give to somebody coming into the school?
The advice I would give to coming into high school is definitely do your homework, because it does not get easier.
We appreciate you chatting with us, Reagan, and good job on the interview, and congratulations on being a standout student.
Thank you so much.
If you could spell your name, too.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with Coach Yuskoski from the Soda Springs baseball team. And Coach, disappointing start to the district tournament, but on the same side, there can be a little bit of an edge that's given to you guys from that one, is you guys didn't have to burn up any pitchers, and you still have a solid amount of pitchers coming into the second game of this one. What are your thoughts coming into it after the performance the kids had?
I was really happy. The fact that we did go down 5-0, that they didn't give up and roll over. They kept battling. We do need to get a better performance on the bump. Today we have our best kids, our best guy ready, Dylan Downs. He's a senior. He's played for us for 4 years now. He's competed, and if we can keep the ball in the strike zone, that's going to help. Yesterday we had 11 walks. 9 of those guys scored, and that's just where we were at. We just didn't have a great day on the bump, and so I really am optimistic about today because we have our best guys going, and I think they have some confidence coming in.
The defense played a lot better yesterday. Only 3 errors, and one of those errors, honestly, was a very tough play on a play that tried to come home to force a kid out there. What have been your thoughts on the way the defense just has slowly improved here in the back half of the season? Because even the second game against Bear Lake, the defense was better. Yeah, I think our defense has been improving as we get these guys more and more outside. That's the biggest deal for us, is getting outside. Now that we're outside and on a field regularly, I think our defensive things get better. Today our biggest challenge is going to be on the small ball portion of defense, which is the mental game. And I was just having a conversation with the other coaches. Bear Lake plays different
youth than everybody else in the state. They play small ball. They play things that if you're not thinking and not on top of it, that the kids can fall behind on. And so we just have to be sharp and astute on those type of things, making the little plays, and I think today will go much better.
Offensively, yesterday a little bit of a struggle. Only were able to muster the 2 hits, but a tough pitcher in Chase Evans who had a good off-speed pitch. Today, most likely not going to be seeing the number 1 pitcher from Bear Lake as he pitched yesterday. What does the offense need to do in order to improve going into the game?
I think that we need to be ready early in the count. I think a lot of times I see our guys up there, and when we're hitting well, everybody's ready from the first pitch, and if they try to throw one down the gut, our kids are ready for it. When you're in a slump, a lot of times you're taking that first pitch because they want to see one, because they're just not seeing the ball well. And I think that's what we have to do, is be aggressive from the first pitch. I really want to encourage the guys to be aggressive and have fun when they're playing, because when you're having fun, you're playing better.
Lastly, you got some young kids on the team that this will be their first time facing an elimination game. Logan Mumford and Caleb Peterson, the 2 main ones that come to mind. Peyton Lish, young, but he was here last year and helped out with the team last year. What's going to take in order for them to not see the jitters in a game like this where there is pressure?
I think one of the biggest things is that we have to be a team. They have to talk. They have to keep each other up, keep each other positive. I think that one of the things that generally happens when people get nervous is they get really quiet. They stop talking, they stop communicating, and then tension starts to build. And so one of the things that I encourage our guys to do is engage in the game, cheer for your teammates, get into the flow of the context of the game, and then it becomes playing baseball again, and rather than becoming a tense moment. Well, baseball, high school athletics should not be tense. They should be something the kids get to enjoy and have fun. And I think that sometimes people lose sight of that, and I think that's something we're really aiming for here at Soda Baseball.
And I think that's something that you just hit a nail on the head there, is when you're having fun, you have the best success. Coach, thank you for the time, and good luck to you and your boys today.
Oh, thanks, Caleb.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Mountain States Insurance Company. Stop in for help with all of your insurance needs at 30 East, 2nd South next to Caribou Jacks in Soda Springs, or call 208-547-2141 and talk to an agent today. And welcome back out once again to the home of the Bear Lake Bears as the District 5 Championships getting set to get underway in the first elimination game of the District 5 Championships, and realistically the only elimination game, is if the winner of this game is guaranteed at least one more game today, and they are guaranteed at least 2 more games in their season with a play-in game on Friday that will be held against the Firth Cougars, as Firth was downed by Chalice in their District 5 Championship game 7-5, and the Firth Cougars are heading into that play-in game. The winner of this game again will have a chance to try and avoid that against the Malad Dragons later today, but could be heading off to face the Firth Cougars. A lot of action going on around Bear Lake High School today. The district championship track meet is taking place to our left over at the track later today. Softball will be taken to the field as the Soda Springs Cardinals softball team will be taking on the Bear Lake Bears as well. But right now, all of our attention is being focused on the baseball diamond. And with that, we jump into our starting lineups for today's game. The Cardinals will be the road team, so in the field facing them will be the pitcher Matthew Humphreys. A switch from what we were expecting as we were expecting it to possibly be Sam Roberts, but Matthew Humphreys will be the man towing the bump. His catcher will be Kaysen Culver. Behind him in the field, first base is Kaysen Parker, second base is Joey James, the shortstop is Josh Transtrom, and at third base is Jace Eborn. In the outfield from left to right, Caden Romrell will be roving in left. Sam Roberts is in center field, and in right field is Chris Jacobson. For the Cardinals, Zach Housley has reclaimed his spot at the top of the order. Kyle Dursteller will be batting behind him. Dylan Downs and Jaron Johnson will round out the top four. Caleb Peterson and Peyton Lish will be in the middle of the order, with Peterson the DH today. Logan Mumford, Taylor Adams, and Case Griffiths are the final three in the lineup for the Soda Springs Cardinals, with Todd Hunsaker doing the catching and being hit 4 in that DH spot. And with that, Matthew Humphreys' first pitch is fouled off into the Cardinals dugout by Zach Housley, and the count goes to 0-1 on the leadoff hitter for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Underway on what was a sunshiny day, now some storm clouds building off to the west as a pitch just a little bit high and inside misses, and the count moves to 1-1. There was a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon from about 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock. That has wavered up and down. There's another pitch missing inside, moves the count to 1-2 on Housley. And it seems that those thunderstorms could be threatening this field on and off throughout the day. Housley looks out again as the right-handed Humphreys into his windup fires a pitch that swung on and missed. A breaking ball that went away from the right-handed hitting Housley, and the count moves back to even at 2-2. Leadoff batter of the game, no score in the first inning. On the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, Cardinals looking to get on the board early as Housley will slap one into right center field. That'll drop and find some green. It's a leadoff single for Housley, who takes a big turn, and with a big puff of dust will jog back to first base. But Housley in a leadoff spot, enjoying his role as Matthew Humphreys gives up that opening single to the Cardinals, and a chance for them to jump on top of the Bears early. Kyle Dursteller will step up to the plate. He had a struggling game yesterday, struck out 3 times, wore the hat trick, as he looks to try and get a little bit better contact on the ball this time. Where's that elbow guard on the base of his left elbow as he stands into the right-handed batter's box. Black jersey, it's above the white pants as Housley will take off and steals second base in a puff of dirt as the ball was down in the dirt. No throw, and it's the first MySpace stored stolen base for the Cardinals today. Puts a runner in scoring position with a 1-0 count to Kyle Dursteller. Pitch from Humphreys, that swung on, fouled off to the right side and beyond the chain link fence that borders the field down the right field line. Count moves even to 1-1 as Housley remains at second base. We'll see if the Cardinals put him in motion to try and move him to third. He does have the speed for that steal, and a right-handed batter in the box will give him an opportunity there as well, as another pitch misses and the count goes to 2-1. A breaking ball that just dropped a little bit too much. Wind calm as the flag over at the track sits limp, just drifting around a little bit as the called strike at the knees evens the count at 2-2. And Dursteller will have to battle himself to keep him alive. As a 2-2 count that Housley singled on as Humphreys steps off of the mound and looks Housley back to second base. Housley back out to his lead, and another step off by Humphreys will jog him back to the bag once again. Housley back to his lead once more, eyeing the pitcher as Humphreys will come to the plate from the stretch. It's a bouncy ball in front of Housley that he won't be able to advance. No, now he will, as the throw on to first is in time. Housley easily up to third base. And while it is a 6-3 put out for the Bear Lake Bears, it's a positive out for Kyle Dursteller that puts a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. 1 out as Dylan Downs steps to the plate. If he can put a ball in play, he could give the Cardinals lead. Bears will bring the infield in at the edge of the grass. Downs' first pitch is swung on. That's going to be lifted into shallow center field. Roberts will have to play it on a bounce. It was shallow enough to where he can throw it home, and the tag is applied to Housley, who tried to slide in underneath the tag of Culver, and the out is recorded. Housley thought he was safe, but the umpire right on the call, and it is a base knock for Dylan Downs, but it does result in an out, and the Cardinals will have to try and work Downs around with 2 outs. Housley was hesitant to try and come home on the initial hit, and that cost him. If he had taken off right away, then he would have been safe easily. He had to wait to see if it was going to be caught, but once he saw that drop, he should have been coming home. He waited for Roberts to field it, see where he was going to throw it before he took off. and then misread the throw as this ball chopped over towards third on the first pitch to Jaron Johnson. Throw on to first is in time. And it's a quick inning. Cardinals do move a runner to third base and get a pair of hits, but they are unable to score as the Bear Lake defense comes up with a fantastic throw from Sam Roberts to home and cuts down Zach Housley. Nothing on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we move on to the bottom of the first inning here in Montpelier, Idaho.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
The Cardinals threaten but cannot strike in the top of the first inning as we head to the bottom of the first. The Soda Springs defense will take to the field behind Dylan Downs, who toes the rubber for the Cardinals as a senior. Will be backed up by Todd Hunsaker behind the plate in the infield. Jaron Johnson will be back over at first base. At second is Kyle Dursteller as he's moved into the number 4 position. The third baseman is Logan Mumford with shortstop, again routinely patrolled by Zach Housley as always. In the outfield, Peyton Lish has been moved into left field. The center fielder is Taylor Adams, and Case Griffiths will be playing in right field. As with Downs up at the plate, the Cardinals Downs on the mound, the Cardinals have to make a few shifts in their outfield placements. Downs will face off against the first batter of the game for the Bear Lake Bears. Caden Romero will step in. Josh Transtrom will follow, and the DH Bradley Baker will follow him. Sam Roberts, Kason Culver, and Joey James are the middle of the order, and the bottom 3 will be Jace Eborn, Chris Jacobson, and Kason Park will be in charge of turning it over. First pitch to Romero, up and away from Downs, and the count goes to 1-0 on the leadoff hitter for the Bear Lake Bears. Last time that Downs faced the Bears, it was an 8-4 win for Bear Lake. The Cardinals did creep close in that game, cut it to 5-4 in the 5th inning as a pitch on the outside corner called for a strike. But the Bears were able to strike for 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning as a pitch popped up on the right side. Dursteller over to his left, puts it away on the shallow outfield grass, and the first out of the inning is recorded. Bear Lake in that last game responded well to the Cardinals' 4-run rally. Were able to limit them and kept that game in their own reach and gave them that cushion going into the bottom of the 7th. It did take a while for both sides to get onto the scoreboard, though, as here looks like that might be the same case as Transtrom takes a first pitch ball. Depends on how Downs comes out and if he can continue to pepper the zone with strikes. Temperature diving down here in Bear Lake, Idaho. It's another pitch on the outside corner called for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, no score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard between the Bears and the Cardinals, and an elimination game in the District 5 Championships. Pitch upstairs from Transtrom from Downs, I should say, is up and away to Transtrom as the count goes to 2-1. Downs again will look in and fire a pitch that just misses on the outside with it going to 3-1. 1 out, nobody on base. Transtrom trying to get himself on base for Bradley Baker, the designated hitter behind him, and he'll swing and line one towards short. Fielded cleanly by Housley. Long throw to first is in time, and the out is recorded as 2 up, 2 down for the Bear Lake Bears, and the Soda Springs defense is holding on. Talking with Coach Yuskoski in the early going, he said, you know, the biggest thing is if we can just play clean defense, then we'll be fine. The problem that the Cardinals have had so far this year is they've made a lot of mistakes in the field. And the number that, looking at it, for them to keep a hold on to as a pitch upstairs forces Baker to duck out of the way, and the count goes to 1-0. The biggest thing that they've needed to worry about has been the 3 to 4 unearned runs that usually come up for them and against them. As another pitch misses away from Downs, the count goes to 2-0. Clouds continue to move off to the west. Wind looks like it's going to tug them to the northwest of here in Montpelier, Idaho. As a pitch down low misses. The count goes to 3-0 to Baker. With 2 outs, trying to get on base and get a rally started late with Sam Roberts on deck. Bear Lake wearing the blue uniforms, gray sleeves, white trim. Pitch across the letters for a strike, moves it to 3-1. Back-to-back 3-1 counts for Downs. Gray pants with the black and blue pinstripe down the sides, black belts with blue and black around the belt loops. And a pitch swung on, that's lifted into center field. Taylor Adams on his horse, able to get underneath it, and the left-hand center fielder puts it away, and the Bears go down in order. 3 up, 3 down for Dylan Downs to lead things off in the bottom of the first inning. There's no score as we head to the top of the second on a Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. No score yet here on Tuesday afternoon.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Bear Lake still searching for their first run of the District 5 championships. The Cardinals still looking for their first earned run of the District 5 championships as we enter the second inning. No score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Happy to have you here with us on a cold and chilly Tuesday afternoon. It started off as a very nice and warm day, but since then the clouds have started to build up off to the west, and the threat of rain is real as you're starting to smell it in the air here in Montpelier, Idaho. Cardinals will be sending up Caleb Peterson, Peyton Lish, and Logan Mumford, the sophomore and freshman combination in the middle of the order to try and flip things over in the future of the Cardinal baseball team. As the first pitch, a breaking ball strike is across the plate as Matthew Humphreys gets ahead of the leadoff batter in this inning. Peterson has really come alive in the second half of this season, especially with the offense on the bat, and as this time a weak ground ball right back to Humphreys will be an easy out to first base, and Peterson is retired for the first out of the inning on just 2 pitches. The Cardinals were very patient with the first 2 batters of the game. Both of them saw 5 pitches. Since then, though, only 4 pitches have been thrown by Humphreys. He got a 1-pitch single from Downs, a 1-pitch ground out from Johnson. That closed out the top of the first. And then the 2-pitch at-bat is another pitch just missing on the inside to Peyton Lish, moves it to 1-0. You got the 2-pitch at-bat from Caleb Peterson. Lish has been usually aggressive this year at the plate, swings at another breaking ball. That curveball that Humphreys has drops a good 12 to 14 inches on its way towards the plate, peaks about 10 to 15 feet away from the plate and before diving down, and now fastball offsets it. That's lifted up into shallow left field, dropping back and playing with the wind as Josh Transtrom before putting it away and saying it's enough of this, and the second out is recorded. Logan Mumford will step up, trying to extend this top of the second inning. Still no score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as the Cardinals do have a pair of hits against Humphreys, but have still been yet to yield any runs to their harvest of base knocks. Humphreys' first pitch to Peterson drops a little bit low as the count goes to 1-0. Second straight batter that he's fallen behind. Has not necessarily struggled with that, though, as he's been able to be around the zone enough for the Cardinals to have to put it in play. Peterson watches this one bounce off of home plate, and the count goes to 2-2 to the number 7 batter in the Cardinals order. Taylor Adams, the only left-hander in the Cardinals lineup, is on deck, hoping for a chance to bat with 2 outs in the top of the second. Pitch to the plate swung on a high fastball, and the count goes to 2-1. Good rip by Mumford, but could not quite catch up. Thunder rumbling off in the distance, it sounds like, as the storm clouds continue to build. Another pitch is lifted. That's hit well by Mumford into left field. It's going to get over the head of Sam Roberts, the center fielder. Mumford's on his horse to second. He's going to round and head for third. The ball is coming towards third. Mumford heads back to second now, and he is going to be safe as the throw is high above the glove of Josh Transtrom. A 2-out double for Logan Mumford on a ball that he hammered on 2 hops to the fence in left center field. Puts the Cardinals with a runner in scoring position, and Taylor Adams coming to the plate. And now Mumford's going to be up to third base, as they'll say the ball went. In fact, I'm not sure exactly why he was given second base, or third base, excuse me, but he is up to third. And Taylor Adams will step in. Needs a single to bring that run home. And the first pitch he sees is going to be lifted into shallow right field. Coming on and making a basket catch is the right fielder, as Chris Jacobson able to be on point with the snag. Adams made it a challenge, but the Cardinals again strand a runner on base. They've left one on base in this game in every inning, and it's still a 0-0 game as we head to the bottom of the third inning on KBRV The Co-op and online with our live video stream at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Mountain States Insurance Company. Stop in for help with all of your insurance needs at 30 East, 2nd South next to Caribou Jacks in Soda Springs, or call 208-547-2141 and talk to an agent today. Things moving along quickly here as the first batter of the second inning for the Bears in the bottom of the second fouls a pitch off. That's Sam Roberts, who's behind in the count 0-1. It'll be Kason Culver and Joey James to follow against Dylan Downs, who worked a 1-2-3 top of the first inning as we sit in a tie ball game. 0-0 in the bottom of the second here in Montpelier, Idaho, in Game 3 of the District 5 Championships. These two teams losers yesterday as the Cardinals fell to Malad 12-2. Pitch taken for a ball low, moves it to 1-1. Bear Lake fell to Malad 9-0 in their first game of the tournament, as they came in as the number 1 seed. The ball popped up by Roberts on the right side of the infield. Jaron Johnson moves over and puts it away with the first baseman's glove, and another pop out to lead off an inning, this time handled by the number 3 position for the Cardinals, as the last one was to the right side but handled by Dursteller. And 4 up, 4 down so far for Dylan Downs, who is looking good on the mound. I was talking with Dylan before, and he said, he was nervous leading into it, as he has the thoughts of the fact this could be his final day as a high school ball player, and the ball ripped up the middle by Culver is going to line its way into center field. On the first pitch he sees, he gets the first hit of the game for the Bear Lake Bears and gets himself onto first base with 1 out. And a pinch runner will make his way out to the first base bag as Culver, the catcher for the Bear Lake Bears. The pinch runner is Zach Peterson, and he'll move over onto first base. So a runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score, with Joey James stepping up. James playing second base for the Bears, upright stance as he awaits the first pitch, crouches low, and this pitch missing off the outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Jay Seaborn should get a chance to bat, assuming things continue to stay the way they're at here in the bottom of the second, as that runner on first base prolongs the inning. And now a seeing eye single that's going to get past a diving Zach Housley into left field, will be picked up by Peyton Lish, and back-to-back singles for the Bears have them in business with runners on first and second. Still no score, but the Bears threatening as the bottom of the order is starting to put something together. This has been something that's haunted the Cardinals this season, is the back half of the order doing things and getting things onto the board early on. They have not been able to quiet the bottom five as both runners will take off. Stolen base attempts, throw back to third, and the Bears will have the double steal as the tag was a little bit late on Case and Culver. And it's a pair of MySpace Storage stolen bases for the Bears to put two in scoring position with still only one out. Now a ball in play by Eborn could bring one of those runners home. Pitch missing, moves the count to 1-1 as Chris Jacobson awaits in the on-deck circle. Starting off with a run ahead of the other team, getting that opening lead is so pivotal in high school baseball, putting the pressure on the opposition as a pitch cut underneath and fouled back to the screen. Moves it to 1-2. And it can definitely affect the way things are approached by teams as the wind continues to pick up here in the pit below the high school, Montpelier, Idaho. Downs pitch to the plate, upstairs and over the head of Jace Eborn as it was a curveball he couldn't quite get on top of, and the count goes to 2-2, even to the number 7 batter in the order for the Bears. Where's the number 18 playing third base today is Eborn as this pitch swung on. That's going to be lifted into left center field. That's got carry, and it's going to turn the numbers of Taylor Adams behind and bouncing over the fence on one hop. It's a ground rule double, and the Bear Lake Bears strike first with a pair of hits. And an RBI to cash them all in. 3 straight base knocks for Bear Lake, and they take a 2-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Chris Jacobson now with the runner at second base will look to try and keep things moving here. Bear Lake, I was talking with one of their coaches, said, you know, we just need the bats to wake up. Didn't get a lot of contact in the game yesterday, or solid contact by that in the game yesterday against Malad, as is evident by the shutout that was won by the Malad Dragons. But already you're starting to see that contact being made. No strikeouts for Dylan Downs through the first 7 in the order for the Bears. And he's given up those 3 hits. Got the first 4 batters of the game to be retired easily. But since then has not been able to put any more of the batters for the Bear Lake Bears out. As the count moves even to 1-1 to Chris Jacobson. Kason Parker, the number 9 batter, on deck, looking to have a chance to flip the lineup over in this second inning. Downs sets, steps off the rubber, and looks back to second base. And is definitely a decent speed threat in Jace Eborn. Bears already show that they not afraid to steal third base as they put runners in motion. Here's a ball flown into center field. Adams makes a clean play on it, gets the ball in quickly. Runner trying to tag up, throw back to third, cuts him down, and it's a fly-out double play as the Cardinals will team up to cut down the runner, and the inning is over. But the Bears do strike for a pair. They take a 2-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we head to your Sanders Furniture and Appliance third inning on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Caribou Jack's Trading Company in Soda Springs, supplying you with everything for your home and your one-stop shop for all of your barbecue needs this spring and summer. Stop by at 50 East 2nd South in Soda Springs or call 208-547-4326 today. The Cardinals offense needing to find a bit more of a groove as they come back to the plate with 9-1-2 due up in the inning. Case Griffiths will be in charge of leading things off for Soda Springs, as Zach Housley and Kyle Dursteller will follow him in the lineup. Clouds continuing to move overhead as the wind continuing to buffet the field, and the flag out in right field is being pulled all the way out by the wind coming in. gray clouds starting to dot the horizon as well as the pitch catching the inside corner has Case Griffiths behind 0-1 in the count. Pitch from Humphreys, swung on and chopped foul by Griffiths. An aggressive swing on the curveball, but it dropped just underneath his bat. And the count goes to 0-2 to leadoff batter for the Cardinals. Here in your Sanders Furniture and Appliance third inning, Sanders Furniture and Appliance carries only the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amana, Maytag, GT, Crosley, and more. They're working at making your house a home. Griffiths takes a pitch upstairs, and the 1-2 delivery from Humphreys is checked on the swing. Umpire down at first says he did not go, although the Bear Lake catcher and Culver not exactly agreeing with the call. But Griffiths stays alive as the count goes to 2-2. Was just able to hold up the bat as he looks out once more. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Ball gets away from Humphreys, and the count goes full, 3-2. And Griffiths taking advantage of that new lease on life at the plate. 2-0 Bear Lake on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Cardinals did have a runner thrown out the plate in the first inning, Zach Housley. Since then, have not really been able to threaten much, other than an RBI or a two-out double from Logan Mumford as Griffiths goes down swinging on a full count pitch as he got caught between looking for the curveball and the fastball had him behind, and it's 1 out. And Zach Housley steps up to the plate. Right-handed senior for the Cardinals. Leading things off, one of 2 seniors in the starting lineup for the Soda Springs Cardinals. He's going to lift one into left field. That's a line drive single, and Housley is back on base. He's 2 for 2 as he has been a bright spot in this game already for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who have been able to pound out 4 hits against Humphreys, but have not been able to see them come through with any fruition. We'll see if that changes as the top of the order with 1 out has that runner on first base with speed. Dursteller stepping up to the plate. He grounded out to short his first time up. Was a productive ground out as it did end up moving up. The runner over at second got Housley up to third as a pitch upstairs misses. Throw down to second is going to be a little bit late as the shortstop drops the ball. Transtrom didn't hold on to it. Ended up on the dirt out there and safe sliding in as Housley. As Culver comes out, Coach Culver, I should say, comes out, asks for the explanation. Again, the only reason the ball dropped out, the tag was there, but the ball just not held onto by Transtrom when he slapped down the tag. And with an 0-1 count, Dursteller works with a runner in scoring position now if he can just put a ball into play. Pitch missing. Count goes to 2-0, to Dursteller. As Humphreys trying to work around that runner at second. He does have the lead, 2-0, but the Cardinals trying to get that opening run. Now Dursteller catches one on the inside elbow, and on 3 pitches earns a trip down to first base in a painful manner as he is hit by the first pitch of the game, or the first hit batsman of the game for either side. Wind continuing to pick up as a storm front starts to move through, and that could be affecting pitchers and fielders for these 2 sides. This definitely is buffeting the canopy above us here on the third base side of home plate. As Dylan Downs steps in, he singled his first time up, and it was that single that led to Housley being thrown out at home. First pitch from Humphreys misses for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Humphreys up to 11 pitches in the inning. He's gotten the 1 out on a strikeout of Case Griffiths, but now facing the top of the order for the Cardinals. As pitch to the plate, that's grounded over towards short. Transtrom will flip it to first for 1. Downs hustling down the line is going to be cut down by a 6-4-3 double play. It was a tough turn, but Downs was just a foot late from getting the foot down on the bag, and the Bears get out of the inning as they give up 11 runs. And we had, 12 pitches from Humphreys, but they get out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the third on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It sits at 2-0 on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Dylan Downs back out onto the mound as the wind continues to howl and whip around here in Bear Lake, Idaho, Montpelier, Idaho, at the home of the Bear Lake Bears. Happy to have you with us on a chilly afternoon with the storm front making its way through. This should be a hour-long storm front. Although with thunder in the clouds above, we'll see if this affects the way this game goes on in any way. Downs will stare in, and the first pitch to the leadoff batter of this inning, and Kason Parker misses for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Nobody out in the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance. As another pitch, missing inside this time, the count goes to 2-0 to the number 9 hitter in the Bear Lake order. Bears strung 3 hits together in the bottom of the second inning, and a pop-up on the infield is going to float inside fair territory and speared by Logan Mumford as he reached around the pitcher's guard over there that's up against the dugout and was able to snare it for the out. And out number 1 is recorded as the Cardinals will take advantage of it and see Caden Romrell step up. Caden popped out to second his first time up. As with 1 out in the bottom of the third, the Bears holding on to a 2-0 lead, but the Cardinals pitcher and Dylan Downs working his way back into a rhythm as the first pitch misses. 1-0, the count goes to Caden Romrell. Another pitch upstairs at the shoulder blades, count goes to 2-0. Josh Transtrom on deck, Bradley Barker, all 3 of them were outs in the first inning. As Romrell again looks out and takes a pitch, a breaking ball, across the plate for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. Crowd starting to gather. The Malad Dragons off in the distance, and right field awaiting the winner of this game, as the loser will be eliminated from the District 5 championships. Firth, the team that the half seed will be playing, as they lost to Chalice in the championships up north. Lost 19-9 in the semifinals as a pitch off the plate taken for a ball is your first Davis Repair walk of the game and puts a runner on first with 1 out for the Bears. First walk surrendered by Downs. There was a hit batter given up by the Bears as Matthew Humphreys ended up hitting Dursteller to put runners on first and second in the top of this third inning. But a double play erased the threat of the Cardinals trying to score. Pitch over to first base is going to have Romrell diving back. Josh Transtrom steps up, batting from the right-handed side. As I said, grounded out to short. Cardinals, I'm sure, would take that again as it would give them a chance for a double play. Romrell leads off first, does have speed to steal. We'll see if they put him in motion. He's going to be caught in a pickle as Johnson will flip the ball to Dursteller. Dursteller chases him back to first, and the play tag is applied, and cut down is Romrell. A home plate umpire comes over, and now the first base coach for the Bears is arguing the call. The Cardinals got him in the pickle. Maybe the throw was a little bit late and ill-timed, but the tag was there, and the umpires are going to reward him as Josh Transtrom is going to have to bat now with nobody on base and 2 outs. Rain starting to pelt the field here as the storm front begins to make its way through. Umbrellas starting to pop out from the fans around the field. And the first pitch missing to Josh Transtrom moves it to a 1-0 count. Transtrom, as I said, grounded out to short his first time up. That was with 1 out. Here, 2 outs, and he'll bounce one over towards third. Mumford picks it up cleanly on 3 hops, throws across the diamond to 1 hopper, pulls Jaron Johnson off with a bag. And it's an E5 on the Cardinals, which is going to put a runner on the first base for the Bears. It was going to be a tough play, but the throw would have beat him if it was on target. It ends up instead continuing the inning for the Bears, who will send Bradley Baker to the plate. Baker flew out his first time up. Rain starting to fall a little bit more steady, meaning the wind dying down slightly as well, as a stolen base attempt is going to see Transtrom move in easily to second base as the ball slipped out of the hands of Hunsaker on the transition. Pitch was called for a ball. It's another MySpace Storage stolen base, and for the Bears, it is their third stolen base of the day. Puts a runner in scoring position. An important run at that would give the Bears a 3-0 lead and a bit more of a cushion, and it will see a swing and a miss at Baker as he was out in front of an off-speed pitch down low. Count evens up at 1-1 with 2 outs. Hoodies starting to pop out for some of the players in the dugouts, as most of them were in short sleeves, as the day earlier had seen temperatures rise into the mid-60s. Pitch swung on and missed by Baker, moves it to 1-2. Wind is, as I said, dying down a little bit, so that should make fielding a little bit easier until the next gust comes through. As a pitch down in the dirt taken for a ball, moves it to 2-2. Baker flew out to center field his first time up, made good contact and pushed Taylor Adams back, but he was able to get underneath the ball and put it away cleanly for the out. 2-2 pitch from Downs. That swung on and picked up into left center field again. Back going the Cardinals, and that'll one-hop against the fence. Another double for the Bear Lake Bears, their second of the game, and it brings home another run. And that'll be an unearned run against the Cardinals as an error prolonged the inning, and Baker takes advantage of it. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Bears on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard in the bottom of the Sanders Furniture and Appliance third inning. 2 outs, and once again the problems coming with 2 outs for the Cardinals, and unearned runs as a pitch swung on and missed by Roberts. Goes in behind in the count, 0-1. Rain really starting to pick up on the field and coming down in sheets in areas, and a consistent steady drizzle as Downs will wander up to the top of the mound with a 1-0 count facing him. See how he handles the rain coming down as a pitch swung on. This one's lifted into center field. That's driving Adams back. Wynn's catching that one. It's gone. And a 2-run shot from Sam Roberts gives the Bear Lake Bears a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the third inning. A shot that was probably wind-aided, as it just cleared the fence, but definitely solid contact by Roberts, and all of a sudden a game which was close coming into this is prolonged with 3 unearned runs coming across in the bottom of the third inning for the Bears, and that brings Coach Yuskoski out to the mound as he wants to talk things over with his squad. 5-0 as the Bears offense has exploded, and this is a team again that was shut out yesterday by the Malad Dragons in a game where the coaching staff said they really just weren't able to make contact with anything that was thrown to them. So obviously a change in the habits of the Bears has seen them take that early lead. Brings up Kaysen Culver. He started off the rally in the second inning with a single, came around to score after stealing third base on a Jace Eborn double. Pitch he hit was also the first pitch he saw in that at-bat. Right-handed batter takes it upstairs, and the count goes to 1-0. Worst part is Downs is being left out in this cold mountain spring storm, and that can affect how you're pitching and how the muscles are affected as well. As the pitch swung on and missed, a good breaking ball that went away from Culver, and the count goes to 1-1. Rain again picks up in intensity as it brings a little bit of a fog into the outfield, especially out there to the right side, and the Malad players have tucked away as they've ducked away from that right field corner. Count goes to 1-2 on a swing and a miss, and Culver will again step up to the plate. There is some lighter coloring coming behind the storm, so this may just be one of those thunderstorms that passes its way through. Count goes to 2-2 as a pitch missing upstairs will even things up to Culver at the plate. And another pitch upstairs moves it to 3-2 now to the catcher of the Bear Lake Bears. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, upstairs again, and Culver makes his way on base. That's another Bear Lake Drug base on balls, as now the Storm begins to see some hail drop down as well. And the Cardinals will see everybody duck back to the dugouts, as with hail coming down, they're going to pause this game. We are going to send it to an interview while we wait for the cell to pass through and possibly back to regular programming depending on how things go. We'll take a break, come back with that interview with Tyler Erickson, who is the Cardinals' newest member to the state championships as she's heading off to the golf championships. Back after this on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Kayla Burgraff joined with Tyler Erickson, who is the junior girls golfer at Soda Springs High School. And Tyler, first of all, congratulations, another district championship for yourself. What's the feeling like coming off of this one, knowing that you've had a continued, realistically, domination of what golf has been like for on the girls' side?
It's a good feeling. It gives me a lot of confidence, but also I still have a little bit of pressure going into the state championship because it's just pressure going into a big event, and being able to handle that pressure is something that I have to focus on and just try to keep my own pace and stay calm.
This year, we were talking about it, you had a little bit more competition on the back half of the season from Lindsay Lloyd over at Grace, where she was starting to put up some scores into those mid to lower 80s throughout the year. Did that help you to have somebody back there pushing you a little bit more?
I think it definitely helps me. It helps me to be able to push myself and be better. And also, Lindsay is a good friend to me on the course. It's not like we're battling back and forth, and we have a good friendship on the course, so it's just good to be able to have a good friendship and have that competition with each other so that we can push each other to become better.
Talking about that district tournament that you guys just got back from, you shot a 77. What were the conditions like, and how do you feel you played during that tournament?
It was a little bit windy, but, I wasn't really paying attention to the conditions. I know you really kind of have to pay attention to those in golf, but I'm just paying attention to my own game, and I try to think about my shots before I'm playing, and I think I played okay. My putting wasn't great, but other than that, I played pretty good.
Where would you say that your game's grown the most so far this year, and you've seen the most work put in?
I've seen a lot of work put into hitting greens in regulation and also being able to get my drives a little bit farther so that I am able to hit those greens in regulation.
As you guys get ready for state, you're going to be playing a little bit longer of a course once you get over there. What does that change in the way that you approach the game?
It just makes me focus a little bit more on hitting those greens so that I can two-putt and come away with pars, and just keep knocking down those pars. But when I don't hit those greens, it's important for me to be able to work on my chipping game and be able to get that up and down so I can keep that at a par pace.
As the defending state champion, you mentioned that there's some pressure going to state just because of the bigger tournament. Does being the defending state champion add any pressure to you, or is that something that's not even on your mind?
It does add a little bit of pressure to me, but it's something that I have to overcome, and it's something that I have to kind of stay zoned in and just keep confidence in myself that I am a state champion and that I can go and do it again.
Having been there 2 times before and having been through that 2-day tournament style, is that something that you're used to now and have a strategy to prepare for and deal with both days?
Yes, it is something that I am used to, so I try to set a goal for myself each day. Like the first day I have a certain score that I want to get, and so it's just a matter of taking it day by day and shot by shot, not just taking it all into consideration the whole 2-day tournament.
We appreciate you chatting with us, and good luck as you get ready for Monday and Tuesday over there.
Thank you.
It looks like we're about to be able to get back and rolling with baseball in a moment. While we wait for everybody to get themselves back set and we get ourselves reset, we're going to take a quick break and get us back on the air as well at KBRV. Until then, we will send it to commercial break on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat. Ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound. And boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
After the deluge, things starting to be cleaned up and cleared up out on the field of play as the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Bear Lake Bears getting set to return to the field of action after a springtime thunderstorm, which, what do you expect? It's spring in the Idaho Rockies. It just kind of comes with the territory. Cardinals will be taken back out onto the field. Dylan Downs will be given time to get his arm back and loosened up, and Kaysen Culver will be sent back to first base. And it'll be that pinch runner Peterson again for Kaysen Culver making his way out to first base along with the coaching staff. And with the field a little bit damper, we return to the action, and it'll be Joey James stepping up to the plate. No count, 2 outs, and a 5-0 lead for the Bear Lake Bears over the Soda Springs Cardinals here in the bottom of the third inning, being brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, of course, your place to go for Lazy Boy, Amanda Maytag Crosley, GE, and more. Just about 15 minutes or so worth of time underneath the showers and underneath the clouds for rain. The sun even threatening to pop back out as well, though, here in Montpelier, Idaho, as it'll be once more Dylan Downs working upwards of 50 pitches into this game to return to the mound, as he has thrown actually 50 pitches on the dot before taking back to the mound here in the bottom of the third inning. Joey James singled his first time up. That was back in the second inning, back actually about 45 minutes ago at this point in time after our rain delay. And the right-handed batter sits in, and the first pitch to him is taken low for a ball. He's the 7th official batter of the inning. A home run and a RBI double by the Bears as a pitch taken for a strike, but gets off of the glove from Hunsaker, and moving up to second base with a stolen base is Peterson. And that is now the 4th stolen base of the game for the Bears, as they have continued to be very aggressive on the base paths. James did score a run that first time up at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch from Downs is just a little bit low, kicks up into the mud, and the count goes to 2-1. Cardinals hoping that rain delay gives them a nice little break from the offense that was starting to be put up by the Bears, as the ball slapped towards short, picked up on the play where it'll be thrown off to third base, and then a rundown is Peterson. He's tagged out, and the 3rd out of the inning is recorded. Cardinals do give up 3 runs in the frame, though, and after this break, we'll return on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com with the top of the 4th inning. Cardinals down 4-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Back out to the top of the fourth inning, a little bit later than we thought it was going to be today, but the Soda Springs Cardinals offense is looking to get primed and ready. It'll be Jaron Johnson, Caleb Peterson, and Peyton Lish stepping to the plate for the Cardinals. As Johnson, first time up, was a ground out to third base, which ended the first inning of play. Matthew Humphreys has given up 4 hits to the Cardinals, but he's been able to tiptoe around damage, has gotten a double play, and also had a runner tagged out at the plate in order to keep his momentum moving on the mound. And as he works his fourth inning, he comes out with 34 pitches thrown in the game, so in a very comfortable spot when it comes to those pitches and pitch count in this game. Johnson is a right-handed batter, has been steady in that 4 spot in the lineup, as Culver and the rest of the Bear Lake infield will break up from a meeting in the mound, and everybody will return back to their positions. Cardinals part of the order went 0 for 3 their first time around with the 4, 5, and 6 spots in the lineup. First pitch to Johnson, inside, just breaks back in though and catches the zone for a strike. That was a nasty bender, and Johnson was just as fooled as I was. Moves the count to 0-1 to the leadoff batter here in the fourth inning. In a 5-0 game as Johnson catches one off the end of the bat, picked up, and a long throw by Humphreys is on to first, and the out is recorded on a 1-3 putout. That's the second time in the game that Humphreys has gotten the do-it-yourself play. And he's only thrown 36 pitches in this game and only faced 13 batters in the game. As Caleb Peterson will step back into the right-handed batter's box, he grounded out to the pitcher Humphreys his first time up and was the other putout by Humphreys in the game as the first pitch breaking ball catches the zone for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. With 1 out, only 1 strikeout so far for Humphreys. He's hit a batter, given up 4 hits to the Cardinals. So making contact has not been the problem for the Cardinals as Peterson holds up his swing on a pitch low, and the count goes to 1-1. Cardinals just looking to try and chip their way back, much like they had to do against Malad yesterday. They started to do so through the third inning. In fact, had gotten back into that game to the point where the game had been settled back to a 3-run game after giving up 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. It was a 5-2 game before Malad scored the next 7 runs unanswered. Even those 2 runs the Cardinals scored were unearned, but you've got to take advantage of opportunities you have, and that's something the Cardinals haven't done in this game, as Peterson's going to give them another chance. He laces a single over the glove of the leaping shortstop Josh Transtrom and into left field for the Cardinals' 5th hit of the game. Again, getting the hits hasn't been the issue. It's been bringing those runners around. Peterson, decent speed over at first. Not a huge threat to steal, but they could put him in motion. As it'll bring up Peyton Lish, who grounded out or popped out to the shortstop his first time up, chasing a pitch up in the zone on a 1-1 count. 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Lish is going to slap one to second, picked up and flipped on to Transtrom, throw back to first, and another double play for the Bears. This time 4-6-3 go the Cardinals, and they head to the bottom of the 4th inning, still a 0 on the offensive edge as we come back after this on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound, and boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs. This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Ricky Wood and Gate City Real Estate. Call Ricky today at 208-547-7012 and let her help you find your way home. 7 base runners so far for the Bear Lake Bears against Dillon Downs, as the Bears will send up the bottom third of their order. J.C. Bourne, Chris Jacobson, and Kaysen Parker will be the scheduled 3 in the order. 1 for 3 their first time through the lineup, as J.C. Bourne, the man at the plate, doubled in a pair of runs back in the second inning to get Bear Lake started. Now pops one up back behind home plate. Hunsaker looking at it, stares it up, and it's going to drop behind him for a harmless pop foul that ends up dropping for just strike number 1. That is one of the things Hunsaker has had trouble with, is tracking balls that are popped up behind him in foul territory. And as a freshman, that's something that is one you expect him to work on as the years go by, but he has definitely shown plenty of upside behind home plate as Dillon Downs stares in. 0-1 count here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-0 Bear Lake on top, and a pitch swung on again by Eborn and popped up again, this time in the field of play, as Mumford puts this one into his glove and watches out number 1 be recorded by the black mitt that he's wearing on his left hand. That is a 2-pitch out, and the Cardinals once again get the leadoff out for the Bear Lake Bears. That was one of the strategies that they were trying to employ to keep the Bears from using the small ball against them, and it's worked to that level so far, as the Bears haven't been able to really do a lot of small ball, as a pitch fouled off by Chris Jacobson. But the Bears offense has picked up where the leadoff batters have not, and they've got a home run, 2 doubles, and 2 singles that have aided them to getting that 5-0 lead. Downs will fire a pitch that's going to be ripped towards short, just past the reaching glove of Zach Housley into left field, and it's a 1-out single. And once again, the batter, after getting that first out, gets on base, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will have to deal with their 6th base hit of the game by the Bears. A solid single as well. And Downs will now face Kaysen Parker, who popped out to third his first time up on a fantastic grab that was near the fence, reaching over some obstacles that are lined up against the fence line. And Mumford was able to make the out. 1 out here as the sun starting to brilliantly shine down and warm things back up again after the rainstorm. A ball chopped over towards third. Mumford picks it up with the glove, fires on to first, and not in time. An infield single by Kaysen Parker on the first pitch he sees, moves Chris Jacobson up to second base. 7 hits now for the Bears, and Caden Romero will step up to the plate. He has 0 for 1 officially, walked his last time up and popped out to second base to start off the game. Cardinals already trailing 5-0. You don't want to let that deficit get any worse than it already is. Romero in the right-handed box. Stands patiently. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here as a pitch misses low when the count goes to 1-0. Trying for another 1-out rally are the Bear Lake Bears once again. As Romero stares out, the green bat with the white handle held in his hands, and he takes another pitch low for a 2-0 count. He's been patient since that first at-bat where he got caught chasing a couple of times. And, of course, ended up in that pop-out. And the 2-0 pitch, that misses as well. And now Downs, a pitch outside of the zone away from loading the bases with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 count, 1 out. And Romero will take this pitch upstairs and in as a 4-pitch Davis repair base on balls puts another runner on base for the Bears and loads it up for the number 2 batter in the order, who is 0 for 2 officially, but did reach on an error his last time up and came around to score. Bradley Baker, who's 1 for 2, is on deck as now Coach Uskoski makes another trip out to the mound to talk with Dillon Downs. And right now I think the message has to be along the lines of, yesterday what killed us is the fact that we didn't let Malad put the ball in play. They gave up 11 base runners without the benefit of putting the ball in play. 5 batters who were hit and 6 walks. And now Downs, who's only given up the 3 walks so far, has still put 11 people on base, but is starting to pick his way around the zone instead of coming right after people. He'll stare in once again. as the right-handed senior for the Cardinals looks in, winds off the mound, and a pitch up at the shoulders misses, and the count goes to 1-0. That's 5 straight out of the zones for Downs. Cardinals are bringing the infield in. Double play is the best option you can get, as a pitch swung on and fouled off by Transtrom. But you still want to get that play at the home, as there is a force at home if you can make the throw in time. Although there is a decently speedy Chris Jacobson standing back at third base. Downs will look in once again. Comes set at the belt. And the pitch to the plate bunted at. That's in front of home plate. It was a suicide squeeze. Downs just takes one, throws to first. And the out not recorded as Jaron Johnson was off of the bag. Cardinals will end up giving up a run as everybody moves up a base on the play. And it's an infield single. And an E1 as the throw pulled the first baseman Johnson off of the play. It is an RBI though. And it keeps the bases loaded for the Bears, who take a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Bradley Baker is 1 for 2, doubled in. A run his last time up at the plate. Does that again, and it'd be a very damaging inning as the ball is hit over towards third, and Mumford can't make the play, and another error by the Cardinals. We'll see another run come across to score. It's another RBI, as the run would have scored no matter what. And the bases remain full of Bears, and it's now 7-0 with 1 out, and Samuel Roberts, who hit a 2-run home run his last time up, stepping to the plate. Roberts, no gloves on the hand, waits for the first pitch, which misses high and upstairs, and the count goes to 1-0. 3 more runs, and the Bears could close it out in the top of the 5th inning, as they look to try and 10-run the Cardinals for the second time on this field this year. They got an 11-1 win the first time around. Pitch misses downstairs and away. Count goes to 2-0. As Dillon will come set once again. Kicks to the mound and fires as a pitch swung on and missed. Big cut by Roberts as a pitch that was a little bit upstairs, but thought he could drive it, and the count goes to 2-1. Almost looks as though a storm never happened if you didn't see the wet concrete below, as the ball popped up and sent down the right field side. Out of play, and the count goes to 2-2 as Roberts will face a 2-strike count for the first time today. The first time up, he popped out on a 1-1 count. Last time it was an 0-1 count, so has never seen those 2 strikes on him. See how he handles it with 1 out, and a pitch upstairs misses, moving it to a full count, 3-2. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning, 7-0 Bear Lake on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as the Cardinals being blanked by the Bears on the road in an elimination game in the District 5 Championships. Another pitch upstairs misses, and Roberts gets an RBI with a run being brought home on the walk. Every run in the inning so far has been unearned, as it was all on errors, and every run after this will be unearned runs. It's an 8-0 lead, though, for the Bear Lake Bears. 6 unearned runs against the Cardinals, as we'll have a pitching change. Downs will be replaced by Kyle Dursteller. Downs is going to move out to center field. We'll see how the rest of the changes develop, as it looks like Peyton Lish will be brought back into second base, and everybody will be shifted around likewise. Back after this with Dursteller warming up on the mound in an 8-0 game, and the base is full of Bears on KBRV The Co-op and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound, and boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs. This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Ricky Wood and Gate City Real Estate. Call Ricky today at 208-547-7012 and let her help you find your way home. The rain is gone, but the problems continue to pour down for the Cardinals as they have a couple errors in this inning and have given up 3 runs to the Bear Lake Bears. And of the 8 runs the Bears have scored, well, they've got RBIs on every single one of those 8 runs. The errors that have prolonged innings have kept the game going, and the Soda Springs Cardinals have only given up the 4 earned runs in this contest so far of the 8 runs that have come across to score. Kaysen Culver is 1 for 1 officially. Singled, walked, and looking to keep his success at the plate going as he steps into the right-handed batter's box, and the first pitch from Dursteller is fouled off to the left side, and the count goes to 0-1. Still just 1 out. 8-0 Bears on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we work in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 more runs and the Bears can close this out in the top of the 5th if they should continue to shut out the Cardinals. As a pitch is going to get away from the catcher, and a slide home by Josh Transtrom will see him score on a pass ball. Everybody moves up a base, and the aggressive base running for the Bears means run number 9 comes across the plate with still only 1 out. And now a ball in play brings across that vital 10th run for Bear Lake. Count goes to 1-0. Malad watching along the right field line. You can see their orange, white, and black brims huddled over the yellow top of the fencing as another pitch in the dirt misses. Count goes to 2-1. Dursteller just trying to end this inning as the Cardinals will be sending up Logan Mumford, Taylor Adams, and Case Griffiths to the plate to try and prolong at the bottom 3rd of the order. As the ball chopped over towards short, it's going to be picked up by Housley, looks to first, now looks home. It's going to be a delayed play at the plate and sliding in under the tag on a fielder's choice that ends up resulting in a base hit and an RBI. And run number 10 coming across the plate. We'll see everybody move along as Kaysen Culver gets on base, gets an RBI, and the Bears take a 10-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Brings up Joey James. He grounded into a double play a fielder's choice his last time up. As the Cardinals ended up going to 3rd, and now a pickoff move back to 2nd is going to allow both runners on base to move up a bag. And the Cardinals again throw it away, this time up the middle of the infield, and it gets away into the Bears' dugout. And more errors on the Cardinals move runners up as 2 more runs will come across to score, and it's now 12-0 Bears. And the base is clear of Bears as Dursteller will work from the windup as he needs a ball to throw, and the umpire will feed him one. And once again, we'll face Joey James at the plate. No count on Joey James yet. Here in a 12-0 ball game on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. In the bottom of the 4th inning, 7 runs have come across as a pitch missing to James moves it to 1-0. Still just the 1 out. In fact, all of these runs have scored with 1 out. The Cardinals got the first out of that inning, but then the damage really started to pour on. 2 singles, a walk, an error, another error, a walk, and a fielder's choice, along with now a throwing error, have allowed the Cardinals to see the runs swell against them. And Dursteller again winds up this pitch inside, and they're going to say that caught Joey James, and he's hit by a pitch to bring up the 10th batter of the inning as the nightmare continues for the Soda Springs Cardinals in the field. That is the first batter they've hit. And on 8 pitches, Dursteller still yet to record an out to the first 2 batters he sees, as a pickoff move will get out of play as well. And the errors continue to mount. That's 5 in the inning for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and James moves up to 3rd base. And Eborn still yet to see a pitch. So Yuskoski comes out of the dugout to ask him why they allowed him up. Not only is it a throwaway, it's also a balk, they say. So that is why he was awarded 3rd base as well, as the balk moved him up to 2nd. And the throwaway moves him up to third. And run number 13 stands closer to home. Eborn takes a big cut at a pitch upstairs, and the count goes to 0-1 against Jace. He's 1 for 2 as a 2 RBI double, and also has a fly out or a pop out to third. Takes this pitch and swings at it as well underneath an off-speed pitch that moves it to 0-2. Tersteller again gets back up on top of the mound. He'll rock into his delivery, and this pitch just off the, no, that's called strike 3. And down looking goes Eborn, as that is the first strikeout of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Dylan Downs not able to record one, and the second out of the inning will bring up Chris Jacobson, who bounces one up the middle, picked up by Housley on a long run, throw on to first base, gets him at first. And the Cardinals give up 7 runs but get out of the frame. They trail at 12-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with work to do when they come up to the plate after a 5-error inning. And we will come back with your Bear Lake Drug 5th inning after this on KBRV The Co-op and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com as the Cardinals need 3 to prolong the game.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
We welcome you back to the top of the Bear Lake Drug 5th inning. Bear Lake Drug is the small-town pharmacy that gives you world-class service in Montpelier. Call them at 208-847-1421 as Matthew Humphreys returns to the mound. He's only thrown 41 pitches through 4 innings, and his team has spotted him a 12-0 lead as the offense has been rolling along, although the Cardinals have only surrendered 2 of those runs as earned, as 6 errors made by the Cardinals in the field have hampered their efforts to limit the Bear Lake offense. It'll be Logan Mumford, Taylor Adams, and Case Griffiths, the scheduled 3 hitters, and all 3 with helmets on and bats in their hands as Mumford will lead things off. He doubled his first time up, a shot to left center field, as he'll stride into the right-handed batter's box to face off against the tall right-hander. Humphreys already knows postseason success, was a part of the Bear Lake basketball team, which took a state championship as the ball bounced over towards third, stays fair, throw on to first, is going to get away, and the Bears are going to see an error of their own. Put a runner on first base for the Cardinals. First pitch swinging for Mumford as he was aggressive at the plate, and the Cardinals, who need 3 runs to keep this game going, will bring up Taylor Adams with nobody out and a runner on first. Adams, his first time up, flew out to right field, a sinking line drive that was snared by Chris Jacobson on a basket catch. The pitch off the outside corner misses, and the count goes to 1-0 on Adams. Bottom of the order is 0 for 2 in the next batters, with Adams flying out and Griffiths striking out, as the pitch fouled off of the knee pads of the catcher, and the count goes to 1-1. Adams, a junior who is expected to be a big part of the team next year. A lot of juniors coming back for the Cardinals, in fact. Tersteller, Johnson, Adams, all expected to be a big part of the core that the Cardinals come back with, as this pitch swung on and missed, a breaking ball that gets away from the catcher momentarily, but Mumford will not be able to move up as he jogs back to the bag. Other juniors on the Cardinals in the dugout include Brian Atterbury. So he'll be looking to try and be a piece of the team next year that makes some moves. Pitch fouled off by Adams. He'll see a 5th pitch with the count still at 1-2. 12-0 Bear Lake here in the top of the 5th inning as the Bears trying to shut the Cardinals out of the District 5 championships. Pitch to the plate, swung on a pitch that bounced 3 feet in front of home plate. It was picked up cleanly by the catcher. Throw back to first will not be in time to get Mumford. It is a strikeout for Humphreys, who gets his second of the game, and he is 2 outs away from a complete game shutout. Brings up Case Griffiths, who struck out his first time up on a full count. Right-handed batter will step into the box. Digs in deep as the pitch is taken low and away for a ball. Griffiths sets once again as Humphreys will step to the plate. This one right down the heart of the plate for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. If we have time to make the switch, we'll probably be moving over and giving you a softball broadcast today as well. Right now, the way this game has been moving along quickly, we should have time to do that as a pitch missing inside goes to 1-2, unless, of course, the Soda Springs Cardinals can prolong this game. Griffiths again looks out from the right-handed box, 1 out, 1-1 count. Upstairs pitch misses as well, and the count goes to 2-2. I apologize. 3-1. I messed up my book. So 3-1 count. Humphreys trying to find the zone. There's a pitch a little bit high and on to first base with a 5-pitch walk goes Case Griffiths. Consistent strike zone by the umpires. The Bears were getting those same calls in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals good to show patience there as Housley will step up to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, 2 stolen bases, but has been stranded on the base paths. And he swings wildly at a pitch. It gets beyond the catcher, and both runners will move up. As Griffiths is now up to second, Logan Mumford, who reached on the air to start things off, is on third. Humphreys getting a lot more drop onto his curveball than he's had in the past. He'll stare in once again. Rocks into the windup, and the pitch bounced up to the plate, but a good block by Culver behind home plate will keep it in front, and the count goes to 1-1. If Housley can get on base, Dursteller will come up, and he'll be coming up no matter what, I should say, with only 1 out in the inning. Humphreys to the plate. That's just off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. Now it's Humphreys' turn to try and dial back into the zone. The Cardinals had their troubles doing so in the bottom of the 4th inning. Humphreys pitched to the plate. That's bounced over towards second, and it gets away from the second baseman. Up with it and on to first late is the throw of Joey James, and reaching on the error is Housley. It's an unearned run which comes across the plate as Mumford reached base on an error himself, puts a runner on the corners for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and the continuation run stands now at second base as Dursteller, who's 0 for 1 and has been hit by a pitch, will step in. Right-handed batter in the sunshine awaits the pitch as the first one to the plate is a strike right down the heart. Count moves to 0-1 to Kyle Dursteller. Housley again leads off of first. Dursteller stares out, rocking in the stance. A bounced curveball will see the count to 1-1. Off at third base is Case Griffiths. Coming home on anything deep as a foul ball flied into right field. It's actually going to twist away from the first baseman as Grayson Parker couldn't get there. Coming home on the play, and the ball escaping from the catcher will be Griffiths. It's a shallow pop out that results in a single for Kyle Dursteller and an RBI. And the Cardinals score yet another unearned run, and it's now 12-2. And Dylan Downs to the plate, trying to prolong this game and send it to at least the bottom of the 5th, where Dursteller will take to the mound again. Cardinals with runners on first and second and 1 out. 12-2. A ball chopped up the middle is going to get beyond the glove of Humphreys. A tag is applied to Dursteller, throwing to first base in time. And the Bear Lake Bears turn their third double play of the game as the Cardinals will see their season end 12-2 to the Bear Lake Bears. They threaten, but once again cannot quite come back in this game. Cardinals fall. We'll take a break. When we come back on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, it's 12-2. We will return after this on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat. Ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound. And boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
The Soda Springs baseball team has been eliminated from the postseason as they fall to the Bear Lake Bears by a final score in this one of 12-2. The Cardinals mustered 6 hits, but 6 errors are really what doomed them, as of the 12 runs, 10 of them were unearned runs in the ball game. And the Bears did manage 7 hits, and they also were able to manage plenty of RBIs, and only 2 players on the team did not record a hit. But once again, it was the errors that kept things moving along for the Bear Lake Bears. As for the Cardinals' final line scores, Zach Housley went 2 for 3 with an RBI as his career comes to an end in a well-played game for himself. Kyle Dursteller went 1 for 2 with an RBI as well. Dylan Downs went 1 for 3 but grounded into a pair of double plays. Jaron Johnson went 0 for 2. Caleb Peterson went 1 for 2 as he had a single in the 4th inning but was left at first base and cut down on a double play that Peyton Lish grounded into, who went 0 for 3 as well. Logan Mumford went 1 for 2 with a run scored. He doubled and reached base both times as he was able to get on an error. Taylor Adams went 0 for 2, and Case Griffiths went 0 for 1 with a run scored after reaching on a walk. Dylan Downs pitched 3 1/3 innings of work, gave up 7 hits, 10 runs, only 2 of those were earned. He walked 4, did not hit any batters, and threw 83 pitches in the game. He was replaced by Kyle Dursteller, who pitched the final 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run himself as he ended up getting a hit by pitch or a hit at batsman, had several errors on the game, and when he was on the mound, and the Cardinals pitching was not able to hold off the defense or the offense of the Bears. The Bears in their right, Caden Romolo went 0 for 1 with a run scored. Josh Transtrom went 0 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. Bradley Baker went 1 for 3 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Sam Roberts went 1 for 2 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. And Kason Culver had 2 runs and an RBI, going 1 for 2 as well, as the heart of the order was fantastic for the Bears. Joey James went 1 for 2 with a run scored. J.C. Eborn doubled and a pair of runs, went 1 for 3. Chris Jacobson went 1 for 3 with a run scored as well. And Kason Parker went 1 for 2 with a run scored. Matthew Humphreys pitches his team into at least the postseason of a play-in game. They'll have to take on the Malad Dragons and beat Malad twice in order to win the district, but they still have themselves a shot at that. If not, they will take on the Firth Cougars on Friday afternoon. He goes 5 innings, threw 60 pitches, gave up 2 runs, both unearned, walked 1 batter, hit a batter, struck out 2, and gave up 6 hits to the Soda Springs Cardinals. That's your final score on this one as the Cardinals fall once again. We already, due to the rain delay, ended up playing our interview with Tyler Erickson. So with that, we are going to wrap things up, and we'll try and get over to the softball field in time to get you the softball broadcast coming up, as the Cardinals softball team will be taking on the Bear Lake Bears at 5 o'clock. I want to thank you for tuning in to this edition of Cardinal Athletics on KBRV 800 AM and online at mylocalradio.com. It has been brought to you by Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, Hunsaker Ford, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. The proceeding has been a presentation of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this can be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. We'd also like to thank office manager Kayleen Anderson and website manager Garrett Worf, as well as general photographer Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to all of you for tuning in and supporting athletics on KBRV. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com for full recaps of this game, as well as archived copies of this and other games and photos and recaps of past contests. Until the next time the Cardinals take to the field, goodbye and have a wonderful afternoon until 5 o'clock when we take to the air with the Cardinals softball team taking on the Bear Lake Bears in the opening round of the Softball District 5 Championships.